enjoying your pool? Are you doing your homework?
Go.
Aloha. Do your homework. Blow your pool. Get connected to roots. One of the best ways is with the bamboo pool. Awakens ancient DNA. It's a very active meditation. All kids, young and old, love the pool. It gets very interesting, being me, because every male body is Shiva and every female body is Shakti. Right? The cutting edge of expansion and the highest consciousness is monogamy. Right? And then there's consent for polygamy with full disclosure. Get all kinds of ideas out there, right? Even this whole Devadasi type of ideologies, which for those who consent to that, go right ahead. But I don't consent to that. Right? Every female body is Shakti. Umbilical cord initiation, right, does not require gurus to initiate that fundamental birthright. You can go to masters who decided to master a craft, sure, whatever that craft is, and that's what the individual wants to do to master that. But to create hierarchical constructs, having women who are the mothers of life equally higher than others with some kind of fucking title, yeah, no, go fuck yourself. I don't think so. Not on my watch. Take that however way you want to take it. But that's what I'm here doing. That shit needs to stop, and it's shit. And all you ladies, all the ladies, mothers to initiate through umbilical cord initiation. Doesn't matter what tradition, whatever, right? Because why? No one can tell you by what name or experience is God. It's as unique as our fingerprints. Every person has their own set of fingerprints. Even twins, identical twins, they don't have the same fingerprint. So their permutation combination of genetics is different, right? So get all kind of ideologies, and that's all that it is. It's just ideas. Some kind of sparking cricket farts in the head going. That means what? Jack shit. Because the next moment is new and fresh. Anything in the past is old. That's all. So I'm like literally sick of all of these things. Where consciously we should be evolved. We have the technology available, right? For global real estate registry. So no one can move into anyone's home at gunpoint and call it war or diplomacy or some shit like that. Let's get real fast. Because all of those nations, especially when people listening to what I'm saying, individual, ecclesiastical, state, self-governed, sovereign, right? Ecclesiastical meaning nobody can insert themselves and their ideas of what is God between you and God. Because only God woke you up, not them, not me, not anybody. So yeah. So until... which what I'm doing, copy paste your own sovereign country for your own self. Anybody saying any kind of shit, including UAN, Swamiji out his mouth, is still shit, a crock of shit from my perspective and my standard of what I think. And are they listening? I don't know. We're going to see. Aloha. Nityanandam. This video, because get all this, that going on. All at one time, but whatever. Right? But the time of grandfathers, leaders, is over since 2012, according to the Mayan calendar. Now, there's all kinds of things going on in the world, right? And people are not taking personal responsibility. The time of personal responsibility, as well as individual ecclesiastical state self-governed sovereignty, that's the time, that's what now is, and that's been since 2012, according to the Mayan calendar. From my perspective, it has never ended. It has never ended or ever started. But this dependency on tribal leaders, which makes individuals have unconscious blind spots to be fully operational for themselves. Relying on tribal leaders, UN type of things, politicians, or even, from my perspective, as much as I honor, respect the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, right? That's still one more UN, one more powerlessness of the individual, and one more value of gangs to be able to bully on someone's self-determination. The free will is there as long as there is no initiation of force or causing harm on others. And I grasp that's a whole other level of self-mastery and building one's own life from scratch. I grasp that. But, yeah. It's a time of personal responsibility. And the smallest right to protect is that of the individual. And individuals must have personal responsibility to stand up and handle their own affairs. And I don't teach people need healing. Growth is an ever painful, messy process. Lean into the direction you want to grow in. You can make that determination. You don't need clarity. You can make a decision and decide and just simply align. You can do it that way. Or you can just sit and sit and sit. Sit and sit and sit to get that clarity. You can't sit with someone else. They're going to color your light shining through with their lens. So you have to sit and sit and sit alone with who you call upon as God, or whatever belief system you have, or with the I am, or with the light, or with your ancestors, or whatever. There are two ways, different ways. But I needed to make this video because there's a lot of people clinging to ideologies that are not for the now, where consciousness has evolved. Particularly this consciousness. So there's going to be a lot of rearranging going on, which is what it's supposed to be and meant to be and meant to happen. So I'm not in the full unclutched mode. Just have to switch gears. Because why? Getting real fast. Aloha. Netanandam. Their individual ecclesiastical state self-governed sovereignty, their spiritual connection, and allowing someone else to insert themselves in that connection. And so when people give up, surrender that to someone else, doesn't matter if you call them Pope, Supreme Pontiff, minister of this or that, all of that, trust corporations or whatever. And then somewhere deep down you're like, no, that doesn't really sit right. That's what's really happening. So all of those others, doesn't matter who the other is just really some parrot chirping, some dog barking, some frog croaking, some chicken crowing, some cat meowing, that you can listen to like music and then change the channel, or you can go in to hear your own, because they're saying it and that's the truth of their DNA. That's not your DNA. No one can tell you who is God by what name or experience. It's as unique as fingerprints. Your fingerprint is not my fingerprint. We can only be a sounding board for each other in friendliness, but beyond that, there's only one can only cling to who they call upon as God by whatever name and experience that is. So I needed to share that, and I think that will help others navigate through their unhappiness and things not sitting right. Aloha. all higher level seeking is only about seeking to remain in samadhi. But to get to that place of samadhi is the hugest boon, and being shown how to. But the mudra that I've been blessed with by Cosmic Mother allows for that permanent state of samadhi. Just pointing, especially to all those who I have initiated. Anything else is karma. It doesn't matter if it's good karma or bad karma. Karma is karma, and both are irrelevant to the cosmos. It's just imaginations of the human mind creating constructs. So it just keeps kind of going back to my first answer. For a global peace treaty, each person must sign it for themselves, not countries, groups, nations, tribes, on behalf of anyone else. Now, if they fully grasp and full disclosure and consent to be governed instead of self-governance, and have those groups come together to sign on their behalf, that's none of my business. I'm just saying that's not what I want, and I'm pretty sure a vast majority of people would agree with me. So I just putting it out there. That's what this video is, because I need to put this content out there. More like it's a conversation with the cosmos. That no, that's not what I'm being shown and the light shining through me. Right? There's how many billions of people? All those billions of people have their own light shining through them and make decisions according to what their light is showing them. And each being, right, that's why it's like either everyone owns an acre of land for their own sovereignty and food sovereignty, or no one owns an acre of land. Because all of that claiming of sovereignty and registry and whatever has to do with land and title and all of that. And landlord constructs are enslavement constructs built in. Why you gotta pay to live on planet Earth? Right? Pay who? Somebody inserting themselves and posturing themselves as God when they are not. So gets very, very challenging being me and staring at the whole thing and being like, whose ideas? Whose cricket brain farts? That really only exist only for that being's life. Being imposed on others who have their own light. That God woke them up that day, today, or whenever. Just breathing through this. Whatever this is coming out because of my prayers and what I'm being shown and forging with full integrity. Right? What's being shown to me, by the light being shown to me, that is not trying to enslave or impose another. Trying to just cut the chains, liberate everybody. Right? change so subtle that I gotta hear and listen to because it's in the DNA. Every thought, word, and deed is registered in the DNA through time into the now. Imagine that level of subtle listening. Of course, not gonna make sense to a vast majority of people because I hear where the sound of that source, which is usually ignorance, is coming from. Whew. It all comes down to that. Global Peace Treaty requires everyone to sign for themselves. Right? Otherwise, I'm still perpetuating gangs ganging up together to take advantage of individuals. Aloha. Etinanam. Are you blowing your poo and are you doing your homework? You're gonna have to blow your poo and do your homework. It is what it is. Blow your poo. Do your homework. Otherwise, it's just going to stack, stack, stack. And if you don't do your homework, you're going to be a doo-doo boy or a doo-doo girl. We had enough of doo-doo boys and doo-doo girls. Do the homework. Blow your poo. Well, I guess I'm not done. It won't finish. Just stop being a doo-doo boy and a doo-doo girl. Do your homework. Blow your poo.